What I'd like to do today is I'd like to talk about blogs. So if you just Google search blogs, you'll get a bunch of different options. Now, all these different blogs and things like that, I would suggest using Blogger. That's just the Google one that I think works best. Now, if you go to Blogger, you're just going to want to create your own free blog. Now, I've already have these blogs created, pre-created, so you can see the list of the different blogs I have. I have an Art 1 blog in which I post different works of art that the students create and things like that, and I actually have each student in Art 1 create their own blog, so that's really interesting how that works out. Graphic design is kind of a wow wall, I like to say. So for this blog, which I'll show you, I think it's right here. Yep, this is the graphic design blog. It's more just for me to post students who are doing really well, and I make sure throughout the whole entire semester I always make sure I catch each student's work and kind of show their strongest work throughout the semester. And students are on here checking it out, showing off to their parents, and they're excited about that opportunity to be a part of that wow wall. Blogs have these different statistics that you can see, so you can see where people in the world are looking at your blog. This blog doesn't have that much traffic right now, so there obviously isn't that many people actually looking at it. It's amazing to see how many people actually check out your blogs, though. Here's an example of how you can follow different blogs and it'll populate to your Blogger, and you can kind of see what people are posting. So if you have students who are in a class, if you follow them, then each post will show up in this. So in my Art 1 class, I have students, each student has a blog, and that's the kind of first week one sort of a thing to start up. So they have their blog, and so they post all their projects to their blog. Not all the daily work, but their projects. And here you can see that this was a painting. I'm an art teacher, so this is a watercolor of a jellyfish. And here are the comments that other students are leaving on this. So I think it's really fun to see how once you kind of start using blogs and having your kids be a part of the blog thing, then other classmates are going to jump in and leave comments, and that's actually one of the assignments for my class is to comment on your fellow classmates' blog, and it gives each student a voice. Here's another thing with Blogger. I talked about in the presentation about how you can have different pages a part of one blog. So here's a student's blog who does photography, and she actually does photography on the side, and you can see how there's these different options and different pages up here at the top. So if you go to the shop, it'll bring it up here. This is kind of set information that's not going to change. Contact information for if you want photography work done, store facts, marketplace store. So these are all things that are kind of set in stone on our blog. Then there are things like sponsors that are constantly changing, and you can do the shop. That's what we already saw, sorry about that. Then there's the home that kind of has these updated posts that are constantly changing. So here's what are some of the options of things you can do with Blogger when it comes to just using blogs to really facilitate your classroom. So what I would suggest doing is if you just create a new blog, then you can type in your title of so whatever class you're creating the blog for, and then create your blog address for that class. This blog address is what you're going to want to share with your students to follow the blog or to be a part of the blog. Then there's these different themes, and once you click on all that stuff, you can create the blog. That's all I have for you on Blogger. I think it's an amazing resource to kind of see those different pages, and mostly just to have a great thing that parents can follow. I don't actually have an example of a normal classroom teacher blog up here. Sorry about that. I should have pulled one up, but so classroom teachers use it in a very similar way. They are constantly posting what's going on in their classroom, how they're doing it. I know I've read a couple blogs from like teachers in Alaska and all the craziness that they have to deal with every day. But so I wanted to go through and show you how to create a post. I didn't do that in the last video, so I'll update it here. When you create new post, I'll go back, and so right here it's just create a new post. And here's another key button, is view blog. So when you want to actually see what you created or how many posts you have and see what they look like, once you click there, you'll be able to really kind of view what you have done. So if we go to new post, you'll have these different options, and it's kind of like a Word document. So if we were saying, you know, 3rd grade class work. And then what you could do is you can click on that little picture there, and you can go to your desktop and choose all the files of all the pictures that you took of your students' work or whatever it may be for pictures, and you can do them from there. You can also do links to other websites, so like it could be 3rd grade class syllabus, and then you would have your syllabus right here, and you could link to the first page of the blog. You can also insert YouTube videos, so this is more if you wanted to create a flipped classroom. You could create a video, or you can just insert a link to a video there. It's basic, you know, kind of classic blog post, Word document kind of feeling to it. So then if you would title it 3rd, I don't know, let's just title it T, why not? So then what you want to do is save it, and then if you publish it, then it'll post it to your blog. So even though there wasn't really anything there, the title blog is T, and it says 3rd grade classwork. So that is your post right there, and if there's lots of images and things like that, and that's how it would populate to your blog. That's all I think I got on blogs. We'll see if I have another update. Thanks so much for your time.